Good morning, it's another day here at the hole and we are all getting ready. I'm going to run the whacker over it one last time and yeah, basically just start getting ready to ignore the big sleeper in the middle. I'm going to get that out, but it's quite heavy, so I'm going to bash the whacker around and then we're going to start bringing in the crushed concrete. This has come out pretty good. It's not my finest brickwork, but it'll do the job. It'll serve a purpose. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. Not very exciting today, but we'll get there. Good morning, it's another day. We are out in the hole and we got our first load on yesterday, just of the crushed concrete. So we've just got a little bit more to put in down here, and then we're going to get the whacker and give it a whack in, and then yeah, and then put another coat on and just start building it up. So yeah, it's going to be a long day today, but we'll get there. So it's about 4:30 on Saturday and I'm knackered, I'm sweating as you can probably tell, and yes, I'm in a wife beater again. Can you even call them that now? I'm in a vest. But yeah, we are getting there. It's yeah, we're about 100 mil away from our 300 mil of hardcore. I'm probably about halfway through, probably done about 10 tons. Probably got about 10 ton left out in the front. I won't show you that because that's the front of my house. I'm trying to keep my location a little bit secret, just for my well, because there's a lot of weirdos, isn't there? Let's be honest. Yeah, so we've got a laser which I'll turn on. Turn the laser on, and then you can see the green line all the way around, and then I've got a stick here. This is quite a crazy way of doing things, but I don't know if you can see the mark there. Then when you put it on the ground, you can see where it needs to be. So we're miles out down here, so we need to be like that. So we've got another 100 mil in this corner to go, but as you go further in the middle here, you see the laser on there. We've only got probably 75 mil and all the way around, and that's how I've been gauging my levels, really. Quite a simple, quite rudimentary, but a laser seems to be a good way to do it, really. But yeah, overall I think we're doing a grand job. So yeah, that's looking quite good now. I've got 2 more courses to throw around that. And then it will just be brick courses on top. But yeah, I think it's all right. We're getting there. I'm quite happy with progress. So yeah, anyway, right, that'll do for today. I'm knackered, so we'll be back out here tomorrow for one more day of shoveling.
So that's finished. Not my finest work. I should have paid a bit more attention to my corners when I started, but I just didn't really think about it really. So yeah, luckily it's not structured or doing anything other than holding a sump pump, so it'll be fine. It's solid as a rock, and it's like, we're talking, when I say it's not perfect, we're talking that it's out by like between 3 and 6 mil maybe plumb. So we're not talking like it's leaning Tower of Pisa. It's actually fine, and it's probably well within tolerance. My mortar depths vary, but it is what it is. But I got a lot quicker. I mean, it didn't take me that long to get these 4 courses up really. So do you know what? If I improve everything I do, I'm happy. It'll do. So we're now going to return back to, I'm just got the mixer cleaning itself. Now going to return back to dumping piles and piles of shards everywhere, and we'll get this whacked again today, and we'll go again. And we've still got a lot to do. We're still, you know, we're coming out of the ground slowly. We've got that stump to cut out over there as well, but we're just plodding on really. So yeah, stick around, enjoy the time lapses. It's probably the best way to do it. Otherwise, you're just gonna have hours and hours of me doing nothing. And you know what? If you want any more information on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, comment below, and we'll try and deal with it. But yeah, right, enjoy. Bye-bye. It is another day in paradise, and what you probably couldn't see from the last video is what we got done yesterday. So we got quite a lot achieved. We've still got 5 or 6 more ton to get in. But what we're going to do now is we're going to lay, basically get the hole in, and then we're going to start in that corner, pack it down to somewhere near the level we're aiming for, and then use some box rules and just kind of start laying the hardcore like concrete, like a screed, and then get it all kind of level-ish, run it through, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be right. Excuse me. I'm absolutely broken. This hole is slowly killing me, slowly but surely. But yes, that's the plan for today. You know, there's just so much to do. This is looking pretty good. We've got to get this all cleaned out today, get these weep holes cleaned out before it sets too hard. So that'll be a job to do this afternoon when I'm fed up of shoveling crap. But yeah, so anyway, right, let's just let's get on with it really, I suppose. So it's another day here at the hole, and well, we've come along. The weather's been really bad just recently. We have struggled with the frost. We've been in a deep freeze for 3 weeks, and so this big pile of hardcore that was on the front lawn It's just frozen, so we haven't been able to move it. We've now got it in, and because the weather's been so rainy, because the frost is gone, I kind of had the GoPro running, so I've kind of done quite a lot without you being here, but I'm really sorry. But it's not really anything exciting, it's just been really quite labour intensive. But as you can see, we're kind of somewhere near where we are. It doesn't have to be perfect. I like it to be somewhere near, just for my own satisfaction. But yeah, I've got to go and run the whack around a bit more. And then I've wrapped this in the Taram. I've obviously backfilled it with stones and stuff down there. But yeah, it's getting there. We've just got a bit more crap to rake out here. It's just a bit high in the middle here, but it's not. I mean, we're talking like 10 mil high. You know, it's, other than that, you can see it's pretty good. So yeah, I'm also running out of fuel, and I've got no way of getting any more fuel because the wife's out. And yeah, so I could go in the Land Rover, but that's desperately expensive these days. So yeah, so the idea now is just to give this a bit more of a rake over and just kind of get it somewhere near, and then this next pass will probably be one of the last passes of adding stuff, and then we're going to start throwing some of that sand over it to blind it out. So yeah, we're getting there now. We're near the stage of getting the frame in, back in, getting that set up to be absolutely perfect, and then from there we can then look at getting the concrete ordered, the membrane in, the grid in, and then we can get the fucker poured, because frankly I really kind of want to get it poured soon. Anyway, right, stick around, join the video, catch you in a bit. So it's been a while since I did an update, and quite a bit's happened. The weather's been so bad that I've been literally picking up bits and bobs, an hour here, an hour there, and not really filmed anything, even though the progress has actually continued. So we'll go from that. So this is where we're at the moment. Now this is a little bit different to how I planned it. So obviously the ground's all whacked down, levelled, pretty good. In fact, it's very good. The frame here sits bang on level all the way around, so I'm really happy with that. And the problem was that because we were worrying about the height of the building and we were restricted to the eaves height, I'd actually planned on having a little bit underground. Anyway, after chatting to a friend of mine, he was like, why don't you just turn the roof around? So the roof now is going to go up and down like this rather than away and down. Which means now my doors fit in this area because it will go under the gable. So when I was thinking that, and I was thinking, well, I then don't need to go down, I can be at ground level. Trouble is we'd already dug 150 mil down deeper than we needed to, because that's what I'd allowed for. So we threw the frame round, and obviously we're now 150 mil too low. So I've decided to then put another frame on top. Now I've brought the frame in a bit, as you can see here, just to save on concrete, really. And I've done that all the way around except for the front because I ran out of timber. Now I've done this to save on concrete because now I've added another 150 mil to the top of it, which then brings it pretty close to the surface here. Down here, let me get in the hole. So we're now kind of at ground level. Well, it kind of varies. And then over here we are almost at ground level as well. You can see this now is kind of getting the idea of what's going on there with that. So yeah, so I threw the frame around, and then we had to then make sure it's in the right place. Now my neighbours are assholes, so we've got to get the boundaries right. I don't want, they all want to complain, there's guarantee of that. So we've just got to make sure that we're well within the parameters. Now I'm making sure that this corner is 2 meters away from this fence here. But this neighbour's lovely, he's good. And then with this corner 2 meters here from that. So I have a digital measure which I've been using, and I've been pinging off pretty much every measurement I can, and this is a bit upright, it's a bit wayward, Get the spot. So that's 2.23. I think this is 2.28. So, you know, within 50 mil, which is not 50 mil, not even that. 227. So 5 centimeters, which is 50 mil. Yeah, 50 mil. So I'm quite happy with that. I mean, the fence folds out that way, and this fence leaning inwards. Same with the back here. We're pretty square. We didn't have anything. We put that fence up. We had nothing to go by. We just had to kind of wing it and kind of eye it in. And as you can see, the fence all the way down here is all a bit rickety. But that will all get done with the rest of the build. So I've also been measuring off here to the house as well, which is quite hard to do because you really can't see the laser in this light. Yesterday it was a bit lighter, a bit darker, so I could see the spot, but I can't see the spot. But I think it's about there. 14.93, and then I think this was 14.77. There's the spot. .8, so we're 130 mil out, so 13 centimeters out square of the house, but I can't really do much about that. As you can probably see down here, we've actually knocked it kind of out of true here, so that's that. The next thing to do, we had to make sure that this was square as well, so you get a measurement from this corner to that corner over there, and then that corner to this corner, and get it somewhere near. I've got it within 5 mil. These two corners diagonally were too far apart, so I rigged up some ratchet straps and basically fucking cranked it quite nicely in. So I'm quite happy with that. And basically we don't have a great deal to play with. So what we've got to do now is another useful fact. This is the box. Now this box here was basically your scrap screw box that you get in every job. You just throw all your handfuls of screws, the leftovers go in there, yada yada yada, and then whenever you needed a screw for something, you just went in this box. Well, I've been refusing to buy screws until this box is empty, or at least there's definitely none of the screws in there that I need. And we're kind of getting there now. We've got a few 100mm screws and a few drywall screws, but we're getting there with that. So that's quite an achievement, because screws at the moment are fucking expensive. So that's where we're at. So what I'm going to do now is we'll get rid of all the big stones out of this, because we've got to get sand in, get it whacked down. So we've got to get membrane down, and we've got to basically got to cut all these piles in. That one's going to be difficult because it's right on the edge here. Not even sure how I'm going to cut that in. That may just get I don't know. I have no idea how I'm going to do that, to be honest, because it's right on the edge. But the rest are all fine. They're all within kind of, you know, where it should be, because the blockwork is going to be in line with the piles. Just the other side, but it's fine. I mean, we've got 300mm of hardcore and then 330 mils of concrete. Now, to get that 330 mils of concrete poured, you're looking at about £2.5 grand in just concrete alone. So, you know, that's not to be sniffed at. So we're quite, to do this far, it's quite a lot of money so far, but that's because of the Rife next door. And also I over-engineer everything, as you can probably tell. But once this is built, we're hopefully going to start cutting some costs with materials and whatnot. I've already started collecting stuff. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing today. Clear all these screws away, pick up these stones, and then we're going to start shoveling some of that sand in, because we've got to make sure that nothing sharp can penetrate the membrane for when the concrete goes in. So that's the plan. Also, we have all the A1002 reinforcing mesh, which is going to go in at about, well, quite high now, which is another problem. Same with, yeah, there's lots of problems, but we'll deal with them one at a time. Hello. Right, so that was all in, it's all whacked. I had to rake it a little bit because it got a bit cakey in places, which made me believe that the sand top coating was just a bit too deep. So I raked it all off, scraped off the excess, and we're about there now. I'm quite happy. It's a bit cakey in places, a bit soft and spongy, but do you know what? I've so over-engineered this. It's beyond belief. But what I've done now is the top of the piles is basically cut some membrane to go over them, and then the idea is, let's just stop that. I don't believe in rising damp anyway, but it will stop damp coming up. And then when I put the big sheet of membrane on, don't have to be so accurate because this will be fairly there, and then I'll splodge loads of liquid DPM in the middles, put another patch on, like a big puncture repair patch, and then when I splodge the main big sheet of DPM on, and then on top of that I'll put another big splodge of like a puncture repair patch, and that should cover that. I'm really not looking forward to doing DPM because it's a big heavy old roll, and I've got to ask my wife or a friend to come give me a hand, and I really am quite a person that likes doing things on their own. I don't really like calling help from anyone really. But yeah, we're getting there. It's a slow process. I mean, we didn't need the piles, so this is just an extra ball ache that I've created, but it'll be in and it'll be fine. So yeah, so the next video, because I'm going to go in now, I'm going to go for a quick pint, but for the next video we should be putting the other membrane in, and then once that membrane's in, we'll be putting all this mesh in without trying to tear the membrane. I may even cut that down to a bit more of a manageable size. I don't know, I haven't thought about it really yet, but that's all got to go in all the way up to the edge without puncturing the DPM. And then when that's all done and the concrete's in, we're going to take all the wood away, and then we're going to liquid DPM all around the sides, and then glue the actual membrane up with the DPM, and then all the blockwork. So it's going to be completely watertight. It's going to be like a big boat on here. So the garden would have to basically flood by 6 inches for the water to get in, which is not going to happen because it would mean that estate over there would be completely gone. So I'm quite confident with how this is going to go. I've over-engineered it. I've spent so far, including the concrete, not including my time, I'm probably about 4 grand in, maybe 5 grand after the concrete. So yeah, it's quite, but then hopefully the rest of it, excuse me, but hopefully the rest of it will be a lot better. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, give me the thumbs up, and I'll catch you all in the next video.